rhetoric about the virtues of freedom. Rather, he gave a speech commanding the fleeting nation to remember the day of emancipation each year. In Exodus 15, he instructed them that when they eventually entered the Holy Land, they should celebrate children and explain to the children about what happened in Egypt and how El Shaddai emancipated them from the house of bondage. And you shall tell your son, y'all know the scripture, Moshe knew that as soon as the Israelite people entered into the Holy Land, that they would become comfortable and complacent. They would take them for granted. Since the emancipation from Egypt is central to Israel, this was an existential threat. To avoid this eventuality, Moshe ensured that the Israelites would forever be cognizant of two alternative ways of living: freedom and subjugation. For yearly, the yearly festival of Passover reminds us of an intense suffering that slavery brought and prompts us to realize the value of freedom so that we do not take it for granted. The true beauty of any object or idea can be appreciated only when it is compared to an inferior object or idea. By comparing freedom and slavery, people become energized about the concept of freedom. If apathy is to be combated, if passion and excitement are to be interjected into an old but powerful ideology, people must be consciously reminded of how it contrasts with the alternative inferior ideology. Israel is built on culture, unfortunately, and law. Unfortunately, in other societies, it takes wars and ghastly terrorist attacks that have a similar effect. There is indeed much that modern day political leaders can learn from the greatest visionary and political leader of all time. Thank you. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Shabbat shalom. I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Holy One of Israel's name alone is Yahweh, God saying hallelujah. Praise Yah. This is entitled Time and Judgment. Israel, is it not time? Israel, are we tired of being the unlawful captive? Israel, it's time to get active. Israel, are we not tired of being down? Israel, it's time to break up our fallow ground. Amongst thorns when we plow. Raise the signal to Zion. Flee to safety without delay. Israel, it's time to make haste. A lion has come out of his den, a destroyer of nations who's running out of patience. It's time to search, time to seek, time to move your feet, put in activity to go back to Jerusalem, our nativity with Yahweh, our Elohim. Israel, let's not forget about our judgment. For every good deed, whether good or bad, which one will supersede? So teach us, Yah, how to learn judgment. Quicken us according to your judgment. Know how Yahweh hates grudges. Do no unrighteousness in judgment. So, my brothers, do not tip the scales. Yahweh has a scope on our mails. Meditate on Elohim's upright judgments. Learn obedience. What a defense. Do justly, love mercy, walk humbly, and maybe at judgment. So let Yah live. So let my soul live, and it shall praise you. Let your judgment help me, and let time not forsake me. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Bless the mighty Yah. Bulgaria. I offer my thanks to you for having returned me, my soul, to Hezarta El Nashama. Bless you, Yahweh, for all you placed in my life. Biazuma alehaleleka. I will praise you among many people. Thank you for the joy you place in my heart each day. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Praise Yahweh. Shabbat shalom, family. Hallelujah. Salute my King. Hallelujah. Salute my King. Hallelujah. Salute my King. Hallelujah. Salute. 1, 2, 3, do you see me? Hallelujah, praise you, my King. Those are testimonies on my heart, blink, blink. I look into the mirror and see how I'm straight. True sacrifice, like it's everything. On the seventh day, I am worshiping. A husband to me, I wear his wedding ring. Knockout artist when the right hand swing. He talks to me, yeah, I hear his voice. When I'm feeling stressed, God helps me be this. From the inside out, I would be straight. My king taught me not to do, not to do. I have many reasons to thank you, too. Turn the phone inside the room. Hallelujah. Salute my king. Hallelujah. Salute my king. Hallelujah. Salute my king. Hallelujah. Salute. Salute. Hallelujah. Salute my king. Hallelujah. Salute my king. Hallelujah. Salute my king. Hallelujah. Salute. Salute. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I'm gonna try to do this without a phone.
Hallelujah.
Arise in the morning and in my head, I try to thank you, hallelujah, for dying on my life. As a young man, remember how you are my power. Hallelujah, hallelujah. For the generation, with the grandfather of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, I know my, and now I'm awakened. The praise Yahweh, and now I'm awakened. The praise Yahweh. Coming into me with the fruit of Elohim. Building myself with the blood of my pain. Hallelujah, hallelujah. For Elohim. Serving Yahweh, and I don't need, I can go 30 and 30. Please, like, or praise my body, but me have my mind. I'm that future for future, and I'm not one.
What you are in for that good. Hallelujah, hallelujah, for the King God that will not win. And taking my pain, and I walk through the shadow of death, I have no fear. The wicked can't touch me because Yahweh is. I can scream in his name and he will hear. I can scream in his name and he will hear. Praise God, praise God, praise God, praise God, praise God. Oh yeah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yeah, hallelujah. Woo. It just keeps better and better. It gets better and better. Hallelujah.
Stand up, stand up,
Stand up.
stand up,
Glory, yeah.
Yahweh, praise Yahweh,
Hallelujah.
Yahweh, praise Yahweh,
Hallelujah.
Yahweh, praise Yahweh,
Hallelujah.
Yahweh, praise Yahweh is the greatest. Yahweh has been there for me. Yahweh going on. Yahweh show us mercy. Stand up,
Stand up.
thank ya.
Glory, yeah.
Stand up,
Stand up.
thank ya.
Glory, yeah.
Yahweh,
Praise yeah.
praise Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
Yahweh, praise Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
Yahweh, praise Yahweh. Praise Stand up,
Stand up.
thank ya.
Glory, yeah.
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 Yahweh, keep me calm. Yahweh, keep me happy. Yahweh, look me in God's hand. Yahweh is to respected. Yahweh, voice can be heard. Yeah, this song is for you. Stand up, thank God. Stand up, thank God. Praise God.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. The song, first one. Hallelujah, man. That's sweet, a hot, week, you know.
Yes.
But, you know what I mean? God will try your spirit. My spirit, all right.
Hallelujah.
All right, Ray. In the beginning, Yahweh heaven, amazing everything. On the forehead, Yahweh the great light, one to with the day together would not. We are apple of Yah, every time I think about, I feel your
Hallelujah.
Location. Oh, let's just fire you at. Praise Yah, Holy Saturday. Yah is a willing Kevin. You could be the one he's talking to. Praise Yah, Holy Saturday. Yah is the willing Kevin. You could be the one he's talking to. Holy and holy people. That the sun and trust God with all your heart and don't leave your own unsilent. Don't be wide your own eye. Fear God is too far for evil. For God is too forever. Praise God, Holy Saturday. Yah is communicating. You could be the one he's talking to. Praise God, Holy Saturday. Yah is communicating. You could be the one he's talking to. No JC. We sing story no to Yahweh. Yahweh shall give back to me. And down the Yahweh shall mercy. 2,000 key command. Men 3 days key hope. I will yell out Yahweh forever. Praise Yah, Holy Saturday. Yah is communicating. You could be the one he's talking to. Praise Yah, Holy Saturday. Yah is communicating. You could be the one he's talking to. Praise Yah, Holy Saturday. You could be the one he's talking to. Praise Yah, Holy Saturday. You could be the one he's talking to. It could be you. It could be you. You could be the one he's talking to. It could be you. It could be you. You could be the one talking to. The one talking.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Alright, y'all ready?
Got something else?
Who's coming out first? Big brothers.
You ready?
If our people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face, and turn from the wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land. 2 Chronicles chapter 7, verse 14.
Yeah.
You don't know Maya, you don't know Maya, you don't know Maya, don't want to know Maya. You don't know Maya, you don't know Maya, you don't know Maya, don't want to know Maya. You don't know Maya, you don't know Maya, you don't know Maya, come get to know Maya. You don't know Maya, you don't know Maya, you don't know Maya, come get to know Maya. I thought on my way and turn my feet. Now it's your turn. Come join me. Come to class for understanding. The fear of God is the beginning. Beside him, there is none else. Did you read? Did you see? He left us lost. It's right there. Read the Torah. Let us read it again. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, Samuel, Kings, Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, your Psalms. You don't know Maya, you don't know Maya, you don't know Maya, don't want to know Maya. You don't know Maya, you don't know Maya, you don't know Maya, don't want to know Maya. Maya, you don't know Maya, you don't know Maya, come get to know Maya. You don't know Maya, you don't know Maya, you don't know Maya, come get to know Maya. The grass will wither, the flower fade, but his word stands. Yeah, it stands. He giveth power to the faint. Increase in strength. Yeah, he give us strength. Rise your cold. Shine bright. That light is come. Yeah, that light is come. You won't see, you won't hear, but it's right there. It's right there. Proverbs, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
got to sing. Oh, because you want to.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
All right.
The short Wednesday. I find that word jack down, never let go. So hit the road jack, don't come back, no. Don't knock on my door and answer, that's for sure. I feel a little air, who was at the window? Thought I was prepared, hear my bars up everywhere. Looking way up to my going, but sometimes I trip down fast. His mercy endures forever, and that's the reason why, and that's the reason why, and that's the reason why. There's joy there, sunshine and rain. When you gave me a new flow, got control of it. He's a tower and shield, objective if you live. My shepherd, I'm a sheep that's running seven ways. Me up, and I give him praise. Praise Yahweh, ancient of days. His mercy endures forever. And that's the reason why, and that's the reason why, and that's the reason why. My praise ain't 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 is my provider, he is my rock. I am the king, he is the top. I hold on to God, cause that's my will. It's this world here at church. I strive with men and I prevail. God, please bless me, show and tell. His mercy endures forever, and that's the reason why, and that's the reason why, and that's the reason why. My praise ain't 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 hallelujah. It's my praise, praise Yahweh. It's my praise, hallelujah. It's my praise, praise Yahweh. It's my praise, hallelujah. It's my praise, praise Yahweh. It's my praise, 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 it's
my praising, my praising, my praising. Yeah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
I need one more time.
My praising.
I got you. Gotta build it back up. I'm praising Yah, I want him up in this food. I'm praising Yah, I want him all to eat this truth. That's on this righteousness we all sip and chew. Pour up enough, working my fingers through my hand buried in the dick, I feel my roots. I take excursions, but I'm looking for a blessing. Asking my burns on, yeah, I ain't stressing. Oh wow, I'm on drinking way kids and the floor is there, brother. Oh, that's the money, scared of none of these screws. All of the sweet, not oppose that spirit. Give down your heart and mind, yes, that's clear it. And when you blow the punch, you're pretty good to go. But yeah, on the time of reality, KO. This kind of karma. Not a pana, not a pana, or another brother, it's the you. Not a pana, not a pana, not a pana, or another brother, it's the you. This is the thing I don't be discouraged. You level with you, that'll make you flourish. This brings you people that'll encourage. Power to the bone, to the place we nerve. I'm praising God, honor for my mother and my father. Let me not forget it, man, it to me to honor. In my days on the soul, that I need to wait, I need it. Yeah, I'm going out with me to honor heaven. I'm getting wiser, God. Yes, I'm getting better. You're being trained in the way that you go. Not a calm, so I gotta get a pro. Must stay on board. Walk around, cause the guys report. About to get what more could you ask for? Keep up with your news, see what's in the store. But this not a fine, not a fine, not a fine. Grew up another sister, this to you. Not a fine, said, not a fine, said, grew up another sister, this to you. That mama says I'm feeling real good. No one practice up like a Hebrew shit that things come to mind. Yeah, God chose me to be like a shine. I'm coming out, I hope the world to know. They always made it, that's the way to go. There may be traffic on the day, the time is sunny. You add it and drink the sun, take it out of me. Put your heart in God's pocket, surely you will win. When you learn to appreciate the deed, thank you, Yahweh, for natural vitamin D. I can sip this righteousness all night. I'm sticking with God, cause this game is tight. My little friend, would you like another round? Enough righteousness around. Cause this not a pond, not a pond, not a pond. Pour up another brother, this is you. Not a pond, look, not a pond, look, not a pond. Pour up another sister, this is you. Not a pond, look, not a pond, look, not a pond. Pour up another family, this is you. Not a pond, look, not a pond, look, not a pond. Pour up another one, this is you. Yeah, this is you, this is you, yeah. This is you, this is you, another, this is you. Say this is you, this is you, yeah. Say this is you, this is you, grow up another one to you. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Pull up another one to you. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Pull up another one to you. Hallelujah,
Hallelujah. Yeah, pull up another one to do. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Pull up another one to do. Hallelujah.
I'm gonna do my little favorite skit that I have. Y'all can put your hands together. This is reality and now actuality. From the Mr. Babylon, we all must flee virtually so that we can be free. No voice of man, but we're down on bended knee. Seeking you, our Elohim, please hear our plea. Oh Yahweh, us on ready to obey thee. Praise the mighty Yah, praise the mighty Yah, praise the mighty Yah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Yahweh is amazing, amazing, amazing.
Yahweh is amazing. You're amazing.
Hallelujah. All praise, all honor, all glory to the Holy One of Israel, whose name alone is Yah, by saying hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Praise the Most High Yah for the Shabbat day. Truly it's a blessing to be here and to be alive. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Praise God.
He's amazing.
Amazing.
He's amazing.
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 Yahweh is amazing.
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 Wake up in the morning, I fall and take a knee. Set my mind. He's amazing. Amazing. Yahweh is amazing. Amazing.
Wait a second.
Wake up in the morning, I fall and take a knee. Set my mind to state of mind, so I'm kept a perfect peace. Sleep unto Yahweh, Elohim, like blood on bare meat. Set my foot shall not slip like super glue on bare feet. Teach a wise man and in knowledge you shall be in peace. Into every last title, burning heat. Will you see? There will be no stopping till Yahweh has made a full end of me. Serving no of the deities, that is the main key. Said I love my Elohim, truly he has set me free from everything that cannot hear, see, or taking there to be before my people and my peace. But greatly all they receive, but in 9 words they trust, but you speak sickness, believe, claiming to be. He's amazing, amazing. Yahweh is amazing, amazing, amazing. Wake up in the morning, I found to take a knee. Set my mind to state upon him, so I'm kept the perfect peace. Cleave unto Yahweh, Elohim, like blood on bare meat. Then my foot shall not cease like you on bare feet. Seek your wise man and in knowledge you shall be increased. Into every last title burning heat. Will you sleep? There will be no stopping till Yahweh has made a full end of peace. serving no other deity. That is the main truth. Said I love my alone, truly he has set me free from everything that cannot hear, see, or taking air too deep before my people and my grief. But greatly all they believe, for in line words they trust, but truth which they disbelieve. Claiming to be state, but clearly they do not be. Having no sense at all, like a poor man in poverty. Yahweh has closed your eyes for a moment as if you dream, but boys blind, but y'all service seeing so many things, don't understand what we're seeing. That they walk around in dreams, well, be unto those places in which the falsehood they bring. So, Shama King be great, playing the fat camera, the lean grown. Up as a kid, like to pick it up, rooted like we, cause he's amazing, 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 amazing. Yahweh is amazing, 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 amazing. Real gonna take a spin, the laws and commandments, they managed to make a man. Build a house, cross my face, I never got a flick again, I see some lost sheep. I even try to bring them in. It's a beautiful thing when Yahweh awakens them. The wicked never get it. They're gonna keep the hating in. So my king's words, they be burning and baking, man. It's time to turn it up, getting hot in the kitchen. There's only one Savior, JC was the victim. Couldn't save himself, so how can he save you? Tell me who we pray to. Yahweh Elohim. Who is that? The Almighty Creator, and that's a fact. Present your deities and we slaying them back to back. She's amazing. 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 Yahweh is amazing. 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 Yahweh is amazing. 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 Yahweh is amazing. 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 Yahweh is amazing. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
But yes, there will be a new song. I got one in the making. I'm performing next week.
Hallelujah.
Okay, ouch.
My bad. My bad.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Give him another round of applause, everybody. Yahweh is amazing.
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 That it truly is. As questions come in via internet, then I know there was another that was brought to my attention during the break. Say shalom to brother here. Shalom. 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 Good to see you. See, and I had a question that was posed before I had arrived. On wisdom, what is she? Or why isn't she? And what is it? But I also received this question by way of the internet. Speaking on, can we teach on the angels that stand for the nation?
Hallelujah.
So let's address that right now. Turn to the book of Daniel. A little low for my liking, but 10th chapter.
Daniel chapter 10.
Yes. Now, some might find it hard to note that there could be angels that's for nation. But before we go to Daniel, we have to get a picture, as best as we can, of what things look like in the realm of the Almighty, if we can wrap our heads around it. So before we even go to Daniel 10, let's get a picture of what things look like in the realm of the Creator. Go to Daniel 7th chapter, start at the 9th verse.
Hallelujah. Daniel chapter 7, verse 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down.
And actually, what I want you to do is start at the very first verse.
Hallelujah. Daniel chapter 7, verse 1. In the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and visions of his head upon his bed. When he wrote the dream and told the sum of the matters, Daniel spoke and said, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the four winds of heaven strove upon the great sea, and four great beasts came up from the sea.
So you're not allowed to get into the realm of visions and revelations of the Almighty, except the Spirit starts to find its place in the Almighty's world, except the spiritual connection begin to be strong. Not no amount of reading, not no amount of books that you can study, you say you educated. This is something that comes by way of a strong spiritual connection with the Creator. Not no way you take by casting spells or getting into divination, although that's the dark route.
to hidden things, but a good, clean spirit. A spirit dedicated to finding and serving the Almighty. And that's what Daniel had. He had such a spirit. And that was the key to his being able to deal in visions and dreams. Same as yourself. Keep going.
Verse 3. And 4 great beasts came up from the sea.
So 4 winds of heaven strove upon the sea, the great sea, in his vision.
Diverse.
He saw the 4 winds blow. And these 4 winds blew upon the sea. And out of the sea, after these 4 winds blew upon it, out of the sea came 4 great beasts, everyone being different from its other.
The first was like a lion and had eagle's wings. I beheld till the wings thereof were plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth, and made stand upon the feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it. And behold, another beast, a second.
So this beast came like a lion, very strong, very swift, but not only a lion, but it came like a lion that had wings, able to move swiftly across the plain, across the sea, and able to move swiftly with the wings carrying it, able to move swiftly, so the wings had to be plucked up. The wing being plucked away from it is a signification of it being halted. That's why the wings were plucked away from it. It signals it being halted, because this beast was able to move very swift all over. And of course, this first beast, this first dominion, it would be the what empire? What's the other? Babylonian. Babylonian Empire. That moved so, when it came to fruition, it moved so swiftly, it conquered everything that Nebuchadnezzar laid his eyes on and became a great dominion. As he said, until the wings of this beast were plucked away and it was halted.
Daniel chapter 7, verse 5. Behold, another beast, a second, like to a bear.
And this one was like to a bear.
And it raised up itself on one side. And it had 3 ribs in the mouth of it, between the teeth of it. And they said thus unto it, arise, devour much flesh.
Because it had assumed part of the residue of the beast that was before it. That's what was laying in his mouth. And he said, arise, devour much flesh. And that would be the assumption of the Mede-Persian Empire that came out of Babylonian Empire. Continue.
Verse 6. After this I beheld, and lo, another, like a leopard, which had upon the back of it 4 wings of a fowl.
Again, we see this beast again, and it reverts back to it being a what? I want to see who did follow this. This third one, it reverts back to it being a
swift beast.
A leopard. Again, a cat.
A cat, okay.
But not only a cat, but again a leopard, and the leopard having wings. Again, signifying how it moved swiftly. None of this is to be lost. 4 wings of a fowl.
The beast had also 4 heads.
And it had 4 heads.
And dominion was given to it.
Meaning now this beast would look in all 4 directions of the earth. and would go into all four directions of the earth. Eventually, the Greco Empire would assume north, south, east, and west in its expansion. That's why it had four heads. To let you know it would extend in all four directions of the earth. Even in the split, the Ptolemy family, when you get into history, the Ptolemy family, going down into Egypt, family in Babylon, Alexandria, family going up towards, if I'm not mistaken, the Alps, with just a vast expansion. Go ahead.
After this, I saw in the night vision,
Now after this though, I saw in the night vision.
and behold,
Yes.
a fourth beast,
Yes.
dreadful and terrible,
I can't even begin to tell you about him.
strong and exceedingly.
He notice he don't say bear, he don't say lion, he don't say leopard, he don't say tiger. He just got to tell you that this thing that I see is dreadful
And terrible.
and terrible.
And strong.
I don't even have a name of a beast I equivalate him to. This is not to see, is not to be lost. All the other three he can equivalate them to something you're familiar with. Here he said it ain't nothing I can even tell you about it. Except he's dreadful and he's terrible and he's strong exceedingly.
And it had great iron teeth.
And it's a diversion from all the other when I look at it in my vision. His teeth, they're iron.
It devoured and break in pieces.
And whatever it moves, it just devours and breaks in pieces.
And stamped the residue with his feet of it.
And what's left of where it's been, it stamps it and grinds it with his feet.
And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it.
It's different from all the rest of them.
And it had 10 horns.
And it had 10 horns.
I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn, before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots. And behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of man, and a mouth speaking great things.
This is all the phases of changes of governments and rulership that this gonna go through. That's what this was signifying.
I beheld,
but
the thrones were cast down.
And so now in my night vision, I've seen all the dominion of kingdoms that'll come to the earth. But now in my night vision, I see something else. Go ahead.
I beheld till the thrones were cast down.
And I even was able to behold till the thrones were cast down. To what throne?
And the thrones of the wicked.
All these thrones of these kingdoms
the nations
were cast down.
And the Ancient of Days did sit.
Yes.
Whose garment was white as snow. And the hair of his head like the pure wool.
Yes.
His throne was like the fiery flame.
His throne was like a fiery flame.
And his wheels as a burning fire.
And the wheels thereof like burning fire.
A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him.
Now watch this. This is what that's what he looked like. But this is what he sits over. Watch this. He sits over.
Thousands minister unto him. And 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set, and the books were opened.
There's thousands of thousands that minister to him. A great company. That's why he's called Yahweh Sabaoth, Yahweh of hosts, because he sits over a great company. You have to let your mind be free and envision this, that in heaven there is a great host of all diversity of orders, seraphim, cherubim, there's warriors, there's messengers, there's recorders, there's watchers. That's why it says, holding this page and turn to the book of Daniel, stand here, the 4th chapter.
Hallelujah.
See, heaven is tied to earth. That's why people say, "What? Why y'all always got to put the Almighty in everything?" Because He is in everything.
Hallelujah.
There's nothing that happens down here that's not recorded in the heavens that the Almighty don't have hold over. Let's wipe that out. Even Satan. See, he's been taught wrong. Been taught that Satan been doing some of this. And Satan ain't been doing nothing that the Almighty haven't gave him permission to do.
Hallelujah.
He in this host. He has to check in.
Yes, sir.
Every day.
Yes, sir.
Or when the Almighty begging, he has to check in.
Yes, sir.
Yes, he has to check in. There came a day when the sons of Elohim came before Yah, and Satan too came with them to give his report. And the Almighty said, "Where have you been?" "I've been up and down. I've been to and fro. I've been all around this earth to see who I can sway away from you and to see who following you lock, stock, and barrel. And I come with a report." And that's why the Almighty said, "Well, what about Joe?" He said, "No, I don't go by there much. There ain't no need. Ain't no need. I go where, from the beginning of the book of Genesis, I go from where you said, if men let me make a home, I'll be there. That's where I go. Seeing life at your door. If you let me there, I'll be there.
All right.
But where I know I can't get in, I don't bother.
All right. Hallelujah.
I don't waste my time with it. But everything, so this can be understood, everything is in the sight of Yah. Genesis 4.
Yes, sir.
Daniel 4. Thank you. 17.
Daniel chapter 4, verse 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers.
This matter is by the decree of the watchers. Who's the watchers? Who's the watchers? That's right. This matter is by the decree of the watchers.
And the demand by the word of the Holy One.
And demand by the word of the Holy One to make sure this come to pass. They're watching. Not only does every nation have an angel, you have one.
Hallelujah.
You have one. Not only does every nation have one, so brother Aaron, how you figure it? There's many. The Creator told Moses, he said, "Beware, I send my angel before you." He had my name in it. He said, "And beware of him, as he won't be lenient. He will execute judgment." That's what he's there to do, to watch over you, but he also there to execute judgment. Book of Joshua. Joshua ran into a man, and he ran up on him, because that's the kind of spirit. And Joshua asked the man, he said, "Who you for?" That man, he found out. He said, "Don't you know I'll be captain of the host?" And that's when Joshua hit the ground and said, oh, you sent from the Almighty, yes. Talking with people in the back. Will we understand? Will we understand that this is something that we've been talking about all day that's deeper than what we give it credit for? Or will we just let Bible class and serving the Almighty just be something on the surface? There's going to come a time and point where you have to ingest that this is truly a spiritual event. That the magnification and the ramification is much deeper than what we have allowed our minds to grasp and walk around. Everybody in wonderment why men could see the angelics, and because they let their spirit absorb the truth of the Almighty Word and the workings of the Almighty. If you don't believe it, then it don't be real. It don't have to manifest.
All right.
But if you believe it,
Hallelujah.
then it can manifest.
Yes, sir.
That's why even Scripture said where there is no vision, prophetic vision to be more exact, it said the people will perish.
Yes, sir.
If you don't first believe that it can happen, then why should it happen? You don't believe it? So why should it come to pass? And if you don't believe that the host can be with you, if you don't believe that just because you can't see him, there's an entity, there's a spirit, there's something there dwelling with you. If you won't believe it, then no, you don't have to see it. But the day that spirit starts growing and growing and growing, to where that spirit is dominating the physical, out of the spirit, you can see things and experience things around. And I'm not talking magic. I'm not talking Kabbalah. I'm not talking Talmud. I'm talking about what simply is the way things are. But this matter is by the decree of the what?
Of the watchers.
And the demand by the word of
the Holy One.
To the intent.
That the living may know. That the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men.
That he's here. Because people don't think he's here. But he's here. Alive and well.
And giveth it to whomsoever he will. And setteth up over it the basis of men.
Now, when he does that, meaning he has world dominion, he's orchestrating everything that you see. It's funny how much they power and glory in JC, but then when you talk about to him, he got limited power. Because it's just something he ain't in control of. I say, the one I serve in control of everything.
Hallelujah.
Now, who would you rather serve? Somebody that ain't in control of some things, they slip out of his control, or he don't have control, or somebody that's in control of
everything.
Which one would you rather serve? That's a no-brainer. And in being in control of everything, we see his court, that he sits in front of thousands and thousands and tens of thousands. So we see his court. Then we see how he dispenses things. He had what? Watches. They answer to him.
Holy One.
They look over things and they tell him. They record things. Is that understood?
Hallelujah.
Is that understood? Now, if that be understood, now we can go to Daniel 10th chapter. And we can probably understand what this is going to reveal to us. First verse.
Hallelujah. Daniel chapter 10, verse 1. In the 3rd year of Cyrus, king of Persia, a thing was revealed unto Daniel, whose name was called Belteshazzar. And the thing was true, but the time appointed was long. And he understood the thing and had understanding of the vision. In those days, I, Daniel, was mourning 3 full weeks.
Because it's always good to know things. Because the knowledge of things, that's your wisdom. But it's always better when you can understand. Go ahead.
I ate no pleasant bread, neither came flesh nor wine in my mouth. Neither did I anoint myself at all till 3 whole weeks were fulfilled. And in the 24th day of the 1st month, as I was by the side of the great river, which is Hiddekel, then I lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine gold of Uphaz. His body also was like the barley. His body also was like the beryl, and his face as the appearance of lamps of fire, as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms and his feet like in color to polished brass, and the voice of his words like the voice of a multitude. And I, Daniel, alone saw the vision. For the men that were with me saw not the vision, but a great quaking fell upon them, so that they fled to hide themselves. Therefore, I was left alone and saw this great vision, and there remained no strength in me. For my comeliness was turned into me into corruption, and I retained no strength. Yet heard I the voice of his words. And when I heard the voice of his words, then was I in a deep sleep on my face, and my face toward the ground.
Yes.
And behold, a hand touched me, set me upon my knees, and upon the palms of my hands. And he said unto me, O Daniel, a man greatly beloved, understand the words that I speak unto thee, and stand upright, for unto thee am I now sent. And when he had spoken this word unto me, I stood trembling. Then said he unto me, Fear not, Daniel, for from the first day that thou didst set thy heart to understand, and to chasten thyself before thy Elohim, thy words were heard, and I am come for thy words. But the prince of the kingdom of Persia withstood me 21 days.
But the prince of the kingdom of Persia withstood me 21 days. Elder Zipporah, you do have a Hebrew scripture, don't would you, so that they can have the mouth of two or more witnesses? Because I know what I'm reading. Would you read that line right there?
12.
Yes, ma'am. 13. It will be verse 13.
Verse
13.
You saying where it says, but the Mullah king? Well, but the guardian, but the messenger. Let me just say that.
And she's being coy, nice.
Well,
Read it as it's written. For
well, I don't say angel, so
yes,
in the English, but Mullah king.
yes.
Says,
Meaning messenger, angel.
but the
yes.
messenger of the kingdom of Paras withstood me 21 days. But lo, Michael, one of the chief messengers, came to help me, and I remained there with the king of Paras.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
And I have, because everybody can understand angels when you, but we know because Stephen Scripture say he makes his angels messengers. But as it's written, it said, but the guardian angel of the kingdom of Paras, of Persia, withstood me. So this was something between existential beings. This was something between heavenly beings.
Yes, sir.
That the guardian angel or watcher or messenger charged over the kingdom of Persia was withstanding Gabriel from going to give Daniel, a mortal, understanding about the vision. And it took another existential being, meaning Michael, another angel, to come and free Gabriel from the grips or the instruction of the guardian angel of Persia, so that he could go and give Daniel the understanding of all the visions that he had had.
Hallelujah.
Michael, one of the chief angels or Sarim that stand for thy people. We know he stands for our people, and he's one of our guardian angels. When we turn to the book of Daniel, what? 12.
Hallelujah. Daniel chapter 12, verse 1.
Yes.
And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince.
The great prince, but that's the great angel. Right. The great messenger, my sister used the term, but that's the great angel. That's that chief angel. At that time, till Michael, when Israel is in her distress, till that time, till he stand up in the battle of heavenly hosts, he shall stand up then. And he's standing for who?
For the children of thy people.
He's standing for the children of our people.
And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
Now I'm getting ready to say something that might be mind-blowing. But let me ask you this. If at this time, he gonna stand up, the great prince or the angel who's standing for the children of our people at a time of trouble, who is he gonna stand up against?
Of the nation, of the angel, of the guardian.
Namely, that guardian angel of what?
Persia, Babylon, of America.
This fourth great beast.
Okay, that's what I'm going.
It have someone, if the Persian Empire, Medo-Persian, had an angel, had a sword, then The Babylonian Empire had a what? And the Grecian Empire had a what when it came on the scene? So this great beast got a what? And when the battle is depicted up in the heavens, who is that between? That's the tussling between Mikael and this last beast, who's to be slain. Who's to be slain. And what they're doing is representation of what's happening on earth. That this beast, this dominion, he's to be slain. And the dominion be taken from him. And one like the Son of Man riding on the clouds is to come and assume worldwide dominion. Whose dominion should be an everlasting dominion, kingdom and everlasting kingdom that will not perish. Even Christ studied scripture. That's why he told his disciples, on this wise do we pray. Our Father, whose art is in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Because he understood this. So the struggle of Mikael, you see, is the struggle against this last great beast. And Mikael is going to win. And at the same time, Mikael struggles and gets the victory against this beast, is the same time the Almighty give us the true Messiah to come on the scene. That's why this directly coincides with Jeremiah 30th chapter. There ain't no two great days. As Mikael is wrestling power away, and subduing that angel in that realm, restricting him, so too is earth being wrestled away from the wicked.
Yes, sir.
30th chapter, verse 7.
Hallelujah. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Yaakov's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. For it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him, but they shall serve Yahweh their Elohim.
It'll be time to serve Yah, our Elohim,
and David,
and David,
their king,
our king,
whom I will raise up.
Whom at this time I will raise him up unto you and give him to you. Therefore,
fear thou not.
I don't want you to fear, Yaakov.
O my servant, saith Yahweh, neither be dismayed, O Israel. But lo, I will save thee from afar.
I can save you and will save you from afar, from everywhere.
And thy seed from the land of their captivity.
Plucking you out the land of your captivity.
And Yaakov shall return.
And Yaakov will return.
And shall be in rest.
And be in rest.
And be quiet.
And be quiet, like it said he was, a man dwelling in tents, quiet.
And none shall make him afraid.
And none will come again and threaten him with captivity. None will come again and threaten to take him and remove him out of the land. None will come again and threaten him with desolation and destruction. He will dwell quiet and safely, and none will make him afraid.
Hallelujah.
For I am with thee, said Yah, to save thee. Now watch this though. Though I make a full end of all nations, whether I have scattered you, yet will I not make a full end of you. That remnant. That remnant. But I will correct thee though, in measure, and will not leave you altogether unpunished. For Yah says, thy bruise is incurable, your wound is grievous, I know it, and none plead thy cause, that thou mayest be bound up. You have no healing medicine. All your lovers have forgotten you, and they don't even seek you. But why is it like that? It's like that because I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy, with the chastisement of a cruel one. I did it for the multitude of thine iniquity. As I told the brother back there, everything practiced against us. And I think I told y'all for the past 2 weeks, everything practiced against us is something we have practiced on ourselves. Right. Before there was any white man, a Gentile, or European, or whatever you want, these are things we had done to ourselves. So the Almighty gave us over to these things. You love making merchandise of yourself? I give you to somebody that look at you through their eyes as only merchandise. Right. You love stealing? I give you to somebody that loves stealing a lot better than you. That's how they live. Yes, sir. You love murdering? I give you to somebody that loves taking life for no reason at all. Not in defense, they just love murdering. Everything you have practiced. You like deceit? I will let you live with somebody that loves these things. Matter of fact, this is the only way they know how to live. And I will turn, as he said, I will turn my head and discover your latter end. I'll see where you at when I turn back around. But I will turn back around. Because there'll be some of you worth turning back around for. Hallelujah. It won't be all of it, but it'll be enough. I will correct thee, because I'm the one that wounded thee. And I chastise you with the chastisement of the cruel and for the multitude of thine iniquity, because thy sins were increased. So why are you crying? Down for thine affliction. Your sorrow is incurable for the multitude of thine iniquity, because thy sins were increased. I have done these things unto you. Therefore, all they that devour thee, they were just instruments. So when I'm done, they'll be devoured. And all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil. And all that prey upon thee will I give for a prayer. For I will restore health unto you. I will heal thee because of your wounds, says Yahweh. Hallelujah. Because they called thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. Thus said Yahweh, behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents, have mercy on his dwelling places, and the city shall be built upon her own heap, and the palace shall remain after the manner thereof. And out of them shall proceed thanksgiving
Hallelujah.
and the voice of them that make merry. And I will multiply them, and they shall not be a few. I will also glorify them, and they shall not be small. Their children also shall be as aforetime, and their congregation shall be established before me. And I will punish all that oppress them,
Hallelujah.
as he will do when he bring them to the valley of decision, who fool enough to think they can come after the salvation and the saved people of Yah, because they see him dwelling quietly in the wall unfortified. And they say they have no protection, but they don't know our protection is in Yah.
Hallelujah.
And he gonna punish them. And speaking of his people, their nobles shall be of themselves. No more searching for a good candidate. You got 22 candidates, and nobody know how to vote for nobody right now. They say, if you have to vote for one of them, pick one of them. Who you gonna vote for? They holler, I can't pick none of them. He too old. She too this. He got too many question marks about him. This dude is this. That dude is that. Some of them just ain't got a shot in hell. We don't even know why they jumped in the race. And then on the flip side, in their rationale, they just got the devil incarnated.
All right.
So they in between a rock and a hard place. Well, I'm not. And y'all didn't know you're not. But we don't want none of them. We looking for the day when our nobles,
Yes, sir.
I don't get carried away by no, not but I ain't carried away by no Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. I ain't carried away the royal family. What royal family?
All right.
My royal family is the family of David.
Hallelujah.
Our nobles shall be of ourselves. Our governors shall proceed from the midst of us. Raise our sons and our daughters and expect them to be high class, able to rule. Not raise them to be servants. I will cause him to draw near, and he shall approach unto me. For who is this that engage his heart to approach unto me, said Yahweh? And ye will be my people, and I will be your Elohim. And behold, the whirlwind of Yah goeth forth with fury, a continual whirlwind, and it shall fall with pain upon the head of the wicked. The fierce anger of Yah, it will not return. You can't pray this one off for you. Can't beg this one off for you. It will not return once it goes forth until it have performed the intent of his heart. In the latter days, see right now, I don't expect many to receive this. But he said in the latter days, you'll understand. And they will. They will. So I hope that helped. To pose this question on via internet that you may know. And yes, not even just nations. Turn with me to the book of Job. That we may be careful with our steps.
Hallelujah.
That we may be careful with our steps. There's an old song from the 80s. It was a little crossover song, so a lot of y'all might not know it. But it said, I always feel like somebody watching me. Huh? Yeah. Some of y'all don't know that. I'm going back to when I lived with my Gentile friends and stuff. Yeah, you crossover. Yeah, that crossover. That was real crossover. Yeah, wasn't it? Huh? Hmm? Yeah.
Let the cat.
That was in the hood.
Oh,
I heard that.
oh. But it is always somebody watching. Give me Job 33.
Hallelujah.
Only they not playing tricks on you, but they watching.
Right.
And we can make this all this come into position. That's why y'all might say, I'm gonna bring every work into play in the judgment. I got somebody recording everything that you've ever done. To the day you die, there's somebody recording every move you ever made. Things you have done in darkness and secrecy and thought nobody knew about it. I know about it.
Right.
You walking around here skating and faking and all, and I got it all. It's just a boom. Got so much. I got a dossier on you. It's so big. You gonna cry.
Yeah. Most I got a Bible. Facebook.
Yeah.
Yes, the real Facebook.
He said, they there. They there. They there. You got 33?
Yes, sir. Start 22.
Mm-hmm. That's what I got.
I want you to start at verse 12.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Job chapter 33.
So we can
Verse
really
12.
understand, because we done proved about the nation, but there's even something greater than that, to know that there is an angel with you. Go ahead.
Behold,
And what the purpose of him is.
behold,
In
this thou art not just. I will answer thee that Elohim is greater than man.
In this, behold, you're not just, because let me answer you this. Don't you know Elohim every day of the week and twice on the Sabbath day is greater than what?
Man.
He's greater than man.
Why dost thou strive against him?
Why would you strive against him?
For he giveth not account of any of his matters.
Don't you know sometimes we walk around, and sometimes people, they walk around as if they're greater than the Almighty? Huh? That's called rebellion. That's why they think they don't have to listen to him. I'm greater than him. Can't tell me nothing. I'm greater than him. Who cares what that book say? Later for that. I'm better than that. My understanding is higher than that. That's what you're saying when you say when you don't approve of his ways. You're better than that. You're greater than him. Go ahead.
Why dost thou strive against him?
You strive against him.
For he giveth not account of any of his matters. For Elohim speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceiveth not.
And a lot of times he do. People say, I want to hear God talk to me. And he speak to him. He speak to them often, and then we just go right by. Go ahead.
In a dream.
Sometime in a dream.
In a vision.
Don't mean
of
every
the night.
dream you have is him speaking to, but in a dream sometimes. He's trying to tell you something.
In the vision of the night.
In the vision of the night.
When deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumbering upon the bed.
Because that's when your dreams come to you. Your dreams and your visions come to you in the deepest part of your sleep. That's why you always wake up. Because you're in the midst of the deepest part of your sleep. This is what the scientists have discovered. They have people, they did sleep surveys on people, research. And they found that when people went to sleep, the dream don't come on when you first trying to relax and go to sleep. The dream coming on when you're in the deepest part of your sleep and you're ready to come back out of your subconscious into your conscious. Your subconscious, this scientific, how they explain it. It take over and you get a dream. And that's why you often, and you wake up,
Yes, sir.
but you can't hold on to it.
Don't remember none of it.
You got bits and pieces of it, maybe.
Yes, sir.
That's what Pharaoh was dealing with. When he got to the deepest part of his sleep, and then it brung him out, and all he had a vague picture, and that's why he told, and Nebuchadnezzar, all of them. That's why he told him, look, if y'all really men of spirit, you can tell me then what my dream was.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And they found out they couldn't. He said, well, bring me one such. The man said, I know one such in Egypt. I know one such who can. And that's when he said, there's nothing but the spirit of the living God in you.
Oh, God.
Because he speaketh to you. Once or twice, maybe in a dream or in a vision at night when the deep sleep falls upon man. And he in that good sleep.
Yes.
That good sleep.
Yes, sir.
That's that Homer Simpson sleep where something right now.
Yes, sir. Hallelujah.
Then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth
their instruction
with a warning.
That he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man.
I'm reminded of somebody told me a dream. He said they had a dream. They said it first manifested, this was their dream. First manifested nice young lady. They could see the lady and everything. Then they said the lady turned into a serpent. Well, come to find out, the more they paid attention to it, they said, I think this dream was talking about this lady I was interested in. But I found out, boy, if I would have got with her, it would have been nothing nice. Because she had all kind of issues. He was sealing with instruction. Huh? Now, like I said, that don't mean every dream you have is of the Almighty come talk to you. You got dreams, you saw 10 kids running and jumping over. Okay, you might have watched too much Barney that day. I don't know. They saying, I love you. You know, that's just probably you watching too much. You know, you took too much stuff in. But when he want to come to you, this is oftentimes he come to you in this form. And then he said that he may turn man from what?
From
his
pride.
evil purpose.
From his purpose, yes. Withdraw man from his purpose.
Yes.
And hide pride from man.
To show you what's in you need to be taken away. And he can't do that when you're in full conscious walking in the land of living. So he does it when he let that subconscious come forth. When you can't wrestle with it. When it scares you. When you wake up and you're like, oh, that was scary.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. He speaketh to you then to keep back his soul from the pit, his life from perishing by the sword.
He is chastened also with pain upon his bed, and multitude of his bones with strong pain, so that his life abhorreth bread.
So that, because there's a point where you can, and this is also, that's the dream and the vision, but the Almighty speaking to you when you are in that state of sickness. When you're in that state of despair, the Almighty will often come and speak to you then when you're at that point where your life abhor, that's what he's talking about, your life abhor bread. That kind of thing don't matter to you right now. You're seeing life flee away from you, so bread don't matter to you right now.
All right.
You start to figure out what the Almighty meant when he said, to show you that that man don't live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out the mouth of the Most High.
Hallelujah.
So that life abhorreth bread, and his soul dainty meat. Some of y'all that have taken care of people, y'all know what that look like. You might even try to feed the person. They so sick, they get the flesh on it. They're fighting you, tell you, don't give me, I don't want it.
Right.
They in dire straits. I know it, I've seen it. You see, and the Almighty said, He's speaking to you, He come and speak to you. When you see the flesh consume with bones that were not seen, they start to stick out. Yea, his soul draw near unto the grave, and his life to the destroyers. But look at verse 23. If there be an angel with him. That's what it says in the Masoretic text.
Messenger.
And that comes from the same word. What's that word again, Elder? Let them know. Malakim. If there be an angel, messenger, with him, a defender, one among what? Thousands. Will y'all understand? Will I understand that they moving among us?
Hallelujah.
One amongst thousands, to show unto man his uprightness. In other words, to try to keep him on the right path. See, things they do in life, they have a meaning. That's why them shows used to have the good angel, Satan. Y'all remember them shows? They had one on the one, hey, don't do that, do this. And then on the other one, you have, no, but see, if you do that, you be, look. And which one gonna win out? But he said that he have an angel with him, a defender, one among thousands, to show unto man his upright, that he can be upright, live upright. And if he let him be his defender, like a public defender, if he let him be his defender, it says then, although he went to the brink of death, although he was at the pit, death's door, he said then he, with a capital H, is gracious unto him. And he said, deliver him. He gives a command, saying, deliver him. Who he get that command to? To that messenger today, deliver him from the pit. I have found a ransom. And it was him himself.
Hallelujah.
It wasn't the blood of somebody. It was him himself that he ready to come back from the brink of destruction and come back and live in righteousness. And at this time, I'm able to give him a second chance. Now, that don't mean that if it don't happen, that person was bad or didn't deserve it. That's just the Almighty design time for him to come home. But he said, oftentimes, this is what is worth. And he says, and his flesh shall be fairer or fresher than a child. He shall return to the youth of his days. I read this because many people, they do overcome devastating, what the doctors say, life, terminal illnesses. They'll meet you with you and call everybody in the room and say, I need y'all to sit down. You'll be dead in about 3 days. And you see them 3 years later going on vacation. Y'all thought he was dead in 3 days, that's it. Because they have not the final say. The final say is with the Creator.
Hallelujah.
and it be his will.
Yeah.
And what I told him, don't be pressured by them. Go into prayer. They come to you telling you something about me. Don't let them pressure you, tell them about what they got. You go to prayer. There's certain things I don't want you, but you go into prayer and you go into the Almighty, and we all gonna submit ourselves to Him. And the one thing about it is, if I be close in my relationship with the Almighty, I'll let you know. Because there's not nobody He never came to and told them it's in, and they wrestled with Him. They was able to call their people in and say, I'm fine with that. Just let me call my house in. And let me tell them what I need to tell them this last message. And then I'm ready. Because even that, the Almighty is near to you. He's not going to just let you go. Now that you're righteous. Yeah. He said, he shall pray unto Elohim, and he will be favorable unto him. He shall see his face with joy, and he will render unto man his righteousness. He looketh upon men, and if any say, I have sinned, and perverted that which was right, and it profit me not. That's what he looking for men to say. Not for men to dub themselves in the blood of Christ. Or this my Savior. He saved me from my sin. And he haven't saved you for nothing.
All right.
He's looking for you to say, I have sinned. I have caused this havoc and chaos in my life. And I want to change.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
This other foolishness didn't profit me nothing. He says if he looked and found out, he delivered his soul from going down into the pit. And his life from to see the light. Lo, all these things worketh Elohim oftentimes with men. To bring back his soul from the pit. To be enlightened with the light of the living. Then he told him, mark well, Ayo, listen to me. Hold thy peace, and I will speak. If you have anything to answer me, speak. For I desire to justify thee. But if not, you don't have nothing to combat this wisdom I just spoke to you. Hold your peace, and I will teach thee wisdom.
Hallelujah.
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 So yes, nations have a guardian angel. But don't forget about who's watching you. Don't forget about who's saving you. Don't forget about who's with you to pull you out of harm's way. Don't forget about who's walking with you where it can make other things seem inconsequential. Or if they be walking with you, you in good company. No matter what anybody else thinks about you. When I'm alone, y'all just don't know it. If y'all can record me, y'all be don't know who's gonna go to class with him. When I'm alone, I feel like a room is full. I'll be honest, I used to think Alicia was spitting rhetoric. He said, man, don't you see all this? He sees, I'm like, he just up here trying to hype everybody up. But the more and more I start going, I'm the same way. When I'm alone, and that's what the Almighty always prepared me for. I was a child that grew up with few friends. Didn't need them. But when I was alone, I always seemed like it was crowded. So I don't need to be a party. I ain't saying party in the room, got a place, I'll go. But I'm good. by myself. They don't want to come to the white party. I said, no. I'm at a white party. You don't see all these brothers around here with all this white. Oh, I'm sorry. You can't see them. Allow me to introduce myself. All right? The young kids know about that. That's why they laugh. My son, like, oh, there he did it again. I'm not embarrassing me. Any final comments as we wrap up from anybody?
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
I'm reading out of the Tanakh and it has LOY instead of
A derivative of Elohim, yes.
Yeah, I was wondering what the meaning was.
You get that derivative because you have it, the influence of, and then you have the derivative of the word. It's just another derivative of the
I
word.
know like El Shaddai means
Eloi, Elohim,
Almighty or
Eloheinu, these are all different derivatives. Yes.
okay. It's all basically the same.
Yes. Still referring to the Creator. Brother Mika. Hallelujah.
Great class. I feel like my prayers been answered because one of the things that I always say in this little last little bit of mess that I was just in concerning some of the questions I was asked was, I swear, if anyone ever heard any of the questions that I used to say or some of the things that I was going through, if anyone was ever hear some of the things that I was saying, they would feel the exact same way that I did. And when that question was brought forth, my brother Brandon was the first one. I was thank you so much. Somebody here. It was such a blessing. Second thing, I ain't really too much of nothing y'all besides this like I must ask this question. Are y'all talking to me?
Am I talking to you? Is the Almighty talking to you?
So like my teacher, other teachers that I listen to, I like my teachers also. They say again, like I said, I'm not nobody. Neither am I anywhere near worthy of this or much more kind of I feel like if you was walking in the talk, I feel like y'all playing games. Like from the first time, for the last 3 weeks when I first came back, and everybody was just sitting around and I started talking about the share that.
Ooh, praise God, brother. Praise God. That's the most high job, brother.
No, seriously, I feel like everybody knows something I don't know. I've been saying this to everybody now. I'm addressing this in the entire class. Or am I just tripping? Or am I paranoid? Or am I crazy?
Well, let me speak for myself. When I say, if I respond to something you say, if you notice, I had this conversation this afternoon. I never say my opinion. I'll tell you this. My understanding of the law, back up something, and what you heard me say earlier, culture and law overlap. Never forget that. I don't care where you are in your walk, they do, but if you ask me something, because I was going to speak to you this afternoon, period, but I don't want to ever be interfering except because that's not what the Most High wants. But I don't think this congregation looks to me that way. I don't see that. I can understand you can be perplexed about something, and it may give you that sense of fear. But I think here you met with love and part of the family.
No, that
Right, I understand what you're saying. But I don't think it's so pretext. That's what I'm saying. I don't. And I hope anything I say today, Mr. Nita didn't I wasn't trying to,
excuse me, it was more so.
What I was saying closing is this. Because I had many times I sat coming into this coming into this way of life. As I said, very first time I came and went to class over on Brewster, Montgomery. Very first Saturday I spent there. I walked in. The lovely Tyree was teaching. I said, all right, this is good. Then this guy got up there with this old big scraggly beard, baritone voice, brown skin, piercing eye. He started teaching. And he started saying some stuff. And I sat there and I said, a few minutes in, I said, who done told this man about me? Because every word he spoke, it seemed to touch me. But he didn't know me from Adam. Had never met me a day in his life. I'm a visitor. So I didn't even know anything to speak to me. He did. That's when I found out. As I said, the message is not from the messenger. The message is from the Almighty. You might be in the right place hearing what you need to hear.
Hallelujah.
Because in no time do I teach against anybody out here. More than I teach to myself. Like I said, because you're not in my shoes, you'll never know the lessons that are designed for me. They're designed for me. Now, what might happen is you find yourself, or we find ourselves, all in the same boat. So I think he's talking to me. When I'm not. When no teacher is. But I go, as I do all the time, seeking if Yah is speaking to me, just like we just read it. Because he speaks to man oftentimes, and men don't hear. He speaking to him once, he speaking to him twice. I remember Alicia said, man got on Subway. He gave him analogy. He said, man want to quit smoke. He got on Subway. And he's looking for wisdom. He said, sign, he read sign. Smoking causes cancer. He blew that off. He got on again, smoking causes cancer. He blew it off. That was the message the Almighty trying to speak to him. If he's trying to speak to me, if he's speaking to me, I've learned class, when I'm out, to listen.
Hallelujah.
I remember Ellis never came, and I ain't been back because I don't even know where she at. Didn't stick and stay. But she used to come to the morning class when we used to have them on California. Nice skin. And I was pedaling around about 3 or 4 times now. My license done got suspended. So I'm driving without insurance and get busted. Now she don't know this. Don't know nothing about that. And one Saturday morning in the midst of class, she just come out and she say, it's just with and talking, she said with blah 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 blah, and you have insurance. And I'm sitting there like, what the? Because I just dealt with this now. Just got reinstated now. You looking. But that was that was not her. That was maybe the Almighty speaking to me through her.
Hallelujah.
And from that day forward, I let it resonate with me that it ain't nothing about her. This is what he's speaking to me because he see this a problem with me that he's trying to eliminate me from, and it's stuck with me, and I have kept my insurance up. You say, and it's not, I'm making the point to keep me out of harm's way. He said, because he's concerned for me. Because if you keep putting yourself in harm's way too much, a negative thing can come out of it. So I must send you a message.
Hallelujah.
Now, will you get the message?
All right.
Or will you be concerned about how the message came to you?
All right. Hallelujah.
They say don't shoot.
I'm here to tell you I'm the kind of Israel that want the message.
All right. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yes, sir. You got that kids there.
And that showed me that he loved me and he concerned enough with me, as it says, what is Yah that he is mindful of man?
Hallelujah.
That showed me he mindful of me.
Yes, sir.
And I mean something to him.
Hallelujah.
Because he don't have to send me nothing or tell me nothing.
Hallelujah.
And then a great saying of mine, not of mine, that I took to heart, came from Maria Alicia. This stuck with me. And we're going to end after this. Because I see it in so many people. I see it in so many people that I come in contact with all every day. But this is what he said. He said, a man can have 1,000 friends and not one to spare. He can have one enemy and he find him everywhere.
Yes, sir.
He can find that one enemy everywhere because that enemy is himself.
Yes, sir.
That's why everywhere he goes, he finds him. He can have 1,000 friends and not have one to spare. He just need one enemy and find him everywhere. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Let's stand.
If you do it, you gotta do it.
That's it. That's all.
Israel, Yahweh, Eloheinu, Yahweh, Echad, Yahweh is Yahweh is one.
Yebreka, Yahweh Yismereka, Yahir Yahweh, Peneka Wathaneka, Yisa Yahweh Peneka, Wayasim Leka Shalom.
Yahweh bless you and keep you. Yahweh make his face shine upon thee, give you peace. And give peace. Hallelujah.
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 Praise the mighty Yahweh. Yah is righteous all the time, both day and night. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hey, can I just ask you guys, everybody was looking at TV, have you all seen any people who look like us being apprehended at the border?
No.
No.
I mean, there are a lot of.
They have a 900 coming from